J. Khaled album out now. It's incredible. Phenomenal. The biggest and the best. Tonight we on one. Tonight we on one. Hey yo, Katt. What's up, Katt? Yo, Katt. I usually bullshit them for about 10 minutes. I said, fuck that. I got the biggest boy in the game coming on, Katt Williams. I said, yo, man, fuck that, man. Let's just get straight to this shit, man. Yo, what's up, Katt?
What's up, Fatness? How's everything? Crack.
Yo, Katt, how you been, man? You be off the radar. Sometimes, every now and then, you might pop up on a live and then break out. How you been, man? How's everything?
Oh, I am always great, Bokashim. God makes sure that I am always in a magnificent position. So even when I go away, I'm under the loving care of the angels. So that's why I'm always able to come back fresh, you know?
Let me tell you something, Katt, man. You one fucking mean motherfucker, man. Since day one, you've been killing the game. You've been playing by your own rules. You know what I'm saying? And you's a winner, man. You's a fighter. You a survivor. You know what I'm saying? We love you, man. We fucking love you, Katt. Yo, Katt. You ain't trying to blow up your phone, but let me tell you something, your Katt. You the first to call me Fatness, man. That shit.
Yeah, hey, everything I do is original, sir. I'm really not trying to be
Katt,
like anybody else, you know?
Yo, Katt, I love all your specials you do. I remember the one you was talking about the Vato, the little Vato on the in the baby chair, in the baby carriage, where his feet were still touching the ground. How do you come up with this shit, Katt?
I'm a man of the people, so I watch the people, I study the people, I'm into the people's conversations. A lot of times it puts you in places you probably shouldn't be for your income bracket, but you are a spokesman of the people in our field, in my lane. And so I'm talking to 10,000 of the people. I cannot be incorrect about the people's feelings. I'm a public official. You follow what I'm saying? So the things that I say that are funny most of all because they're true. And it has to be refreshing at some point just to have people that speak factually.
You know, I've never, being that I'm a creative person, I'm a sucker for a laugh. You know, when I went to see Eddie Murphy Raw, we went 100 deep for my projects. The only person they threw out the fucking movie theater was me, because I'm just extra with the shit, right? But
yeah,
when I watch you and fellow comedians, when you really I can't enjoy it as much as regular people, because the whole time I'm thinking, how the fuck did they think of that shit? How he thought, what kind of fucking shit he was on to think of some shit like that? And it blows my fucking mind, because I know when I be writing rhymes where I'm at.
Right. But that's the key. See, the misconception is that there are drugs that can help you do your job. No, there isn't. There aren't drugs that help you memorize, to be creative, to come up with something that somebody didn't already say, to figure out the funny thing in something tragic. Those are not the side effects of drugs. Those are the side effects of brilliance. And so if you think that there's some state you can be in that will deliver you a higher frame of comedy, there isn't. It's the closest connection with the people. I'm only the greatest comedian living because I have more female fans than any comedian on the globe, period. That's the end of the discussion.
Yo, Katt, so the girls love you.
Sir, I don't love anything but them. There is nothing on this planet other, ma'am, sir. A perm is a homage to them anyway. They know what that is. See, they let me in the business thinking that maybe I was soft out there. You understand? But it was a misconception. So even as the pimp comedian, you have to understand the brilliance in the fact that he's told no pimp jokes. That he has no jokes about slapping the bitch. That conversation never takes place. You understand? So they downplay me because they must. Because the guy that you're saying is crazy and maybe a crackhead has outworked you every second that he has been a peer of yours. You probably have one comedy special. He probably has 10. The greats you talk about probably have 2, and he has 10. This is 16 100 city tours. This is a
Talk your
billion
shit, Katt.
streams. You see? So what I'm saying is, if you don't understand that you are powerless other than the power that God gives you, then you're going to be stuck out here pretending and playing and attempting to be things that you don't need to be. We are in a blessed craft, this one of comedy, but it is part and parcel with the people it is delivered to. So
You're definitely a GOAT, and I understand competition, friendly competition. Who are some of the guys that inspired you? You might not even want to big up the guys that's out now. Who are some of the guys that inspired you when you was coming up in the game and you said, man, that motherfucker funny as hell?
okay, before I get to that, let me just let you understand that my inspiration has never stopped. So I'm as inspired by the guys I'm watching on TikTok as I am inspired by a Richard Pryor or a George Carlin. George Carlin was an atheist. How close can I be with a guy who don't believe in God? Richard Pryor really was a dick-sucking crackhead because he said he was, and yet he is our king. So imagine.
Yo, Katt, you gotta
Imagine
stop.
my
Yo, Katt,
lifespan.
don't call Richard Pryor dick sucking crackhead. Don't do that. Yo,
That's in
Katt,
his
stop.
autobiography, sir. In his autobiography, he tells you who he slept with, what he did. That's what made him the GOAT, is because he did not hide the things that were bad in his life, the things that you wouldn't tell anybody about. He told that. Not he crossed over. He married 7 white women. That's not crossing over. That's crossed over. You follow what I'm saying? So that's why after his death, his legend endures, because he was that magnificent, that special. So, I want you to understand DJ CC and
Modern day, who makes you
Mr.
laugh?
Junior
Who makes you
and
laugh now,
Plies,
Katt?
they inspired me. I was just
Oh,
giving you those
Plies make
names.
you
Like
laugh?
funny stuff makes me laugh. Like I'm not stuck on me. I I'm a fan of the craft of laughing, of what happens when you say something, and the fact that you have to understand that there has to be a God for you to be able to laugh. That's not no medical thing. They can't tell you why, if that guy says that thing, it brings joy inside of your actual physical body. They're not explaining that to you.
You know, man,
But
I've
these are
I've
facts.
honestly thought I could die of laughing. I've really
I've heard
laughed
you. I've
sometimes.
heard you tell that, but we are built on you. Your whole thing is, man, this is terrible, man. I can't handle it. Like, dude, you are everything that we do this for. It's for that, for the fact that somebody comes in from a life that they're not happy with, sitting next to somebody they're not 100% happy with. They don't like the aesthetics, but they're going to come out of there feeling better. And if you can do that as a doctor or a lawyer, then you've been blessed. If you can do that as a
And Katt,
comedian,
what do you think
you know the
about
same.
this new shit, this cancel society? Everything you say is
I
wrong.
love it.
You know,
I love it. I love it. I love it. There is no such thing as no repercussion. What is that? What is no repercussion? What is the volcano that won't burn you? What body of water can you not drown in? What? No, 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 no. You were given a platform, and now you can say whatever you want to say. Good for you. That comes with a cost. That's why I don't have to worry about underlings, because you've watched me hurdle eight allegations that would cripple the common man. You
Mm,
assumed.
mm.
You see him go to 19 times and you assume, I guess he's paying his way out or anything except for innocence. It's the one thing you won't give him. But at the end of the day, whoever you think is crazy might be smarter than you. And if that required them to allow you to call them crazy, then so be it. I've read the autobiographies of thousands of famous people, and this is the way it goes. True greatness, they give that to you when you're not around no more. Unless you're Muhammad Ali, they'll give you
Yeah.
your flowers because you can't talk no more, when it was the talking that made you that. You follow what I'm saying? While Richard Pryor was walking around, they weren't acting like he was the greatest thing since comedy. You understand?
Yeah, that's the shit
They didn't
that
treat
bugs
Jesus
me
like
out
Jesus while
is
Jesus healed people,
even
Joe,
Jesus
and they
was killed
walked
by
away.
police.
Jesus
Even
healed people,
Jesus was
Joe.
killed by police.
Joe, Joe. Jesus healed people and they walked away. How do you walk away? How were you crippled and I fixed
Yeah.
your legs and you used those brand new legs to go home with? And so as long as Jesus only had 12 followers, I'm not going to be caught up in the numbers. You understand me?
Yeah, yeah. You can't get caught up in the motherfucking
Yeah.
numbers. Fuck that.
No,
I
not when
mean,
you
we
have
just
them.
gotta stay true to ourselves like you always have. You know? That it's simple as that.
That's not me. That's you.
Yeah, cat. Look like we having a staring contest.
No,
But
no, we
now we
wasn't. That was you that froze. Go on and take that.
Yeah. Hey, yo, Cat, you ever had like a fucked up experience? I know every comedian says they have bombed. Have you ever went into a show where you thought you was about to kill that shit and you bombed on motherfuckers?
Okay, so now I know your love of comedy and I know what your future plans are. And it really bothered me when I heard you say what you said about being a comedian, but I'm not going to bomb. Okay, so now I just need you to understand what you said is, because nobody's going to knock you. You can do the impossible. Just understand that it's a basketball player saying, I don't miss a shot. Because if you didn't miss a shot, you probably didn't take a shot either.
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
the,
yeah,
the,
yeah.
the L's create the superiority. The L's are designed, that bomb is designed to make you not do this anymore. See, if you bomb, maybe you won't do this anymore. That's what it's there for. It's to keep you honest and to make sure that no bum off the street could do this for 1 year, let alone 29. And never
Nah,
once
you
be in
right,
your
Cat.
rear view. You follow what I'm saying?
Yo,
Because
Cat, you right.
yeah.
Nah, you
So are
right.
you though.
Yeah.
I'm
You
just
right,
saying.
yo,
I'm saying,
Cat.
but you're not. Whoever has the most home runs also has the most strikeouts. Once you understand that, then you can be Babe Ruth as I am. You see,
That is
the
a fact.
boxer who
Yo,
refuses,
Cat, man.
the boxer who won't
Yo,
get
yo.
punched in the face is no boxer. He's a shooter. He's a stepper, if you will.
You right, Cat, because I always say, yo, man, I want to do stand-up comedy, but I want to sit, you know, I'm a killer, man. You know what I'm saying? I say, yo, when I do it and I embrace it and I can't, it's gonna be some funny shit, Cat. I promise you.
You don't have to. You have stories and you have the insight, and that's called content in our business. See, if other comedians had stories, they'd be telling theirs. You follow what I'm saying? But what your life is your material. You follow what I'm saying? So I get so much pride in the fact that I'm in these hoods all across the globe, but I made my money off verbiage. I didn't have to peddle no poison out in the streets. You dig me? There is no shame in this game. I only sold my unfiltered, uncensored thought process. So once you
I love that, Cat.
yeah,
I love that. They try to
it's
censor
a
me.
wonderful
I don't let motherfuckers censor me. I won't let them censor
Right.
me,
Well, I
Cat.
mean,
I won't.
understand that you're going to develop some sense of censorship. You need that. Censorship is not a bad thing. Censorship is you getting ready to tell the wrong dude about himself and me telling you, hey, not him. You follow what I'm saying? There are people in the world you can say F you to. There are just certain people that you cannot. You talked about what your stepfather had to go through. See how small I am? I can't be involved in 19 assault. It's beautiful unless there's more to the story.
Yeah, there's
Just what
always
it is.
more to the story. You know, motherfucker try to try motherfucker all the time. I don't give a fuck. I tell people no matter what your reputation is, a motherfucker try you. And in this business, motherfucker, you know, as famous as you are, I might have paid 20 lawsuits in my life. I ain't paying no more. But I mean, I have motherfuckers beg me to punch them in their face. Beg me to, yo, your mother's a lesbian, fuck your father. Yo, you pussy. My uncle told me your sister's a, yo, I mean, where you just like, you almost, you know, by the 19th lawsuit, I was already knew what was coming. I was like, yo, please, no. Yes, your mother. And then you got to give it to them. And they looking for that quick check. So I know what you're talking about, 19 assaults. I mean, motherfuckers used to start with Mike Tyson. Motherfucker, imagine
And still
somebody trying
will.
to take a deliberate blow from Mike Tyson.
Look, the world has become so fake that the real is what's suspect. It's just the way it is. There's no need of us complaining about it. We have to embrace the new direction that the water is taking. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes.
It's just the way it goes. You gotta adapt.
It's part of the process. It's important that Satan be around. Otherwise, you'd have to serve God. You wouldn't have no other option. He had to make sure there was an option for you too, in case you don't like my way. I still have to make a highway so it can be my way or the highway.
That's right. Shout out my brother Lord Finesse. He's on the check-in. DITC. Love
That's
you.
what it do.
Love you, Finesse. And I was in my projects today, man. They doing this big documentary thing on me. And I went to my projects where I grew up today. And you know, the people said, welcome home, Joe. You know what I'm saying? It was like, welcome home. I took them through this was no photo op. I went through every nook and cranny of the project, the basement, the hallway, you know, I took them through all that shit. You know, how they do that new shit that they like, they skiing this shit. Like, it was the ski challenge. I was in that motherfucker with the ski challenge.
Yeah, like the Katt Williams sports dance. I did see the Katt Williams sports dance when he did. Yeah. I love it. That's when you are a part of the culture. This is what we do it for. We rock the long hair until everyone's rocking long hair and we don't say anything about it. We talk about the fact that medicinal marijuana needs to be a real thing across the country until it actually becomes that. We talk about how we need that black president until we get it. This is what we do. We really outside, baby.
Really outside,
really
for
outside.
real. No bullshit.
For real.
No bullshit,
Yeah,
Cat.
yeah.
And they love it though, man. You know, of course one should be careful. You know what I'm saying? But they love it though, man. I know I love when I eat in a hood restaurant. When the time I get up, they let me eat. They all start yelling. These are thugs. They start yelling, God bless you, man. God bless you and Bendy Shown. Because they say, damn, man, these motherfuckers ain't forget us. They still here with us. They still supporting.
Sir,
You know,
as scary and as dangerous as the hood is all across the United States, I never feel any safer than when I'm in their confines.
That's a fact. And they'll protect you. That's a fact. And that's so I always said that I don't want to bring up R. Kelly right now because he has nothing to do with our conversation. But back in the days, I used to explain to them, you know.
Thank you.
He said, thank you. Yeah, Cat, you too fucking much. But back in the days, I used to say, he sings just as good at Boys to Men. The only problem is Boys to Men, they so clean cut that when the clean cut movement was over, They was like, all right. But this dude was getting his braids in front of the porch and keeping it hood and all that. The hood will always support you.
Right. As artists, we are representations of something that we come from. And so the reason that they couldn't go further than that is because those dudes was no longer pulling girls in the club. You couldn't come in your polo top and go pick up something. No, you could not. You can go to the end of the road. It's unnatural.
Yo, yo, Katt, you know something? I don't knock it, but I don't get high. One day I was chilling
I don't drink Pepsi.
With a girl, she was getting high. I definitely caught the two-hand contact 1 billion%. And I was watching my man Lavelle Crawford, right? Back in the day when he was really fat. And I love that motherfucker. And his head looked like a human M&M, like an M&M with peanut. And then he got that shit where he started saying that he talked to Crack and Crack is talking back to him. I mean, you almost died that night, man. I almost died that night. I couldn't believe it. What are some of the performances that you wish your favorite go-to? Of what?
Hold on. I didn't want to get off Lavelle because...
All right. I didn't mean Lavelle. I wanted to mean, what is your favorite? What is your favorite moment?
Hold on. I got to give Lavelle his props just because you mentioned him comedically.
Yes.
You appreciated his comedy because he was holding down a whole lane, a whole demographic. He and Bruce were that lane so that the big guy understood that he could be fly and funny. Those are the brilliance of comics. That's why there's no such thing as hating other comics. These are other styles. These are other stylings.
You ain't bullshit, Katt. Katt, what do you think is your funniest moment? Your funniest moment, your funny joke. When one time you said to yourself, yo, I fucking said that, like, that had to be the funniest. Look, I did Lean Back for the first time, thanks to Little John. He brought me to Summer Jam in front of 62,000 people. It was 1 week after Lean Back came out, and all 62 at Summer Jam was going. That's the biggest show, the biggest moment I had. What is the funniest moment you ever had, Katt?
This special that I just put in the can that I'm on set as we speak editing.
You got a new special? This is a joke for a moment, Katt. Nobody knows you got one coming. What's the name of this special?
No one ever does, sir. When they're really good and see, they're supposed to be special. And so if they're really special, you don't have to pre-sell them. You know what I mean? Like when they drop, people will understand what it is you're delivering and they trust. You know what I mean? And that's the connection that I have
trust.
with
Yo, Katt, your last special, I was with my wife in the hotel and I said, oh shit, this motherfucker got a special. So I turned it on. She's trying to sleep. I am fucking dying laughing. Like, but she's mad as hell because she's sleeping. But I'm watching the room. I'm laughing so much. Yo, Katt, I had to go in the bathroom, like lock the door just to laugh and shit. Come back out, start laughing, go back in the bathroom door, start laughing. She wanted to fucking kill me, Katt. That shit was hilarious, man.
Sir, this is the greatest testimony that a comedian can get, and I thank you for that. I'm saying, unlike other comedians, like I don't work my comedy out at the smaller clubs and then work up to the arenas. We just hit each arena. This is a different set each time because when I came in the business, the comedians were able to take one set that they had that was super funny and they would do that same set for like 7 years. You know what I mean? And as a new comic, it just didn't.
I don't like that.
You know, and we began this wave of comics having to write new material every time. And so it's still in its infancy, but the effect has been great for the audience. Everybody is more creative. All the comics are really out there writing funny material. Stand-up comedy has benefited from that. So I appreciate being able to get that response out of you. And if I don't get that, I don't have anything else. You follow what I'm saying? Like as a
Katt, you
musician,
did that. You
the
did
beat
that
can be
one.
good and you not. Go ahead.
You did the last one in Jacksonville, right? Was it in
Right.
in Duval?
Jacksonville.
And where
Indeed, the
you
great.
did this one at? Where you did the new one at? I mean, we can know the place.
You can know the place. The place is Netflix.
Yo, Katt, boy, I'll tell you something else, man. Let me tell you something, man. I was so fucking... What?
I said I only do specials in the places that I love.
Yeah, I believe that, because you pick them wisely. You pick them how you want to do it. Nah, that is a fact. That is a fact.
Yeah.
Movies. Will we get another Friday? Will we get it like what you thinking about in the sense of movies?
I have a movie coming out in July 4th. Me, Mike Epps, DC. No, I take that back. DC Young Fly is not in it. I did another movie with me and DC Young Fly and Carrie Hilson. So there's two. So yeah, but Meet the Blacks 2, The House Next Door, that's coming out July 4th. And
Meet the Blacks 2.
Right.
We do have a Joker moment here. Nobody heard that before.
That was directed by Deion Taylor. That's the good people over at Lionsgate. So you know, if you don't see me, trust and believe I am alive and working. That's what we do. That's what they can't shake from.
Katt, everybody know. Ain't nobody sleeping on you, Katt, man. You got a fan base. I'm one of your biggest fans. You have a cult following. Whenever your shit drop, announced or unannounced, we're going to see that shit. There's no question about it.
Well, this was just a great opportunity because I was able to do a movie with Gary Owen and Lil Duval and Michael Blackson and Mike Epps and be the straight man in the production. Like it's some must see. It was great to
straight man in the production.
You know what I mean? When a script is really good, when it's not made into a comedy, but it's actually a good script with no comedy parts added to it at its core, the base story, when that's a good read, when you go, wow, I didn't see any of that coming. That's when you want to do a project like that. And if you got funny people in it, you always want to involve yourself with other funny energies. That's what gives the audience the classics that they need. If you see a movie and it looks like it should be funny and then it don't be, that's chemistry. That's just what that is. You can't put
it's all about pieces, chemistry.
You know?
Because I won't say no names. I won't say no names, but I seen the motherfucking movie recently that should have been funny and wasn't funny, but I still support it, but it kind of felt fucked up, man, because we want to see motherfuckers get a check. So everybody, oh, they got this, and they got. I'm happy for motherfuckers getting the check, but it wasn't funny.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
As the king, I just want to ask this to a fellow king. Have you ever had season tickets before?
Season tickets to like I had Yankee season tickets. Yes, I have.
Do you receive some type of refund for the losses versus the wins?
No, you don't. Your motherfucker, you paid for that motherfucker. You get what you
paid to see. No, that's not how life works.
The problem is, Katt, you fool me once, but you won't get you maybe twice. But I'm not going to no whack shit 3 times in a row. So, like, if it's a comedian who used to kill shit and he put out some whack shit, I'll go again, but not the 3rd time. I'm not going back the 3rd time. That's like going to a pizza shop getting bad pizza. You know, you ain't fucking coming back for the pizza, man.
That's not the way pizza works, Joe. There's some shitty pizza out there right now, selling like hotcakes. It's frozen and in somebody's grocery section right now, and it's gonna heat up and be terrible. You might as well eat it frozen.
God
You might as
damn.
well eat it frozen. But they're in the pizza business and they make a lot of money.
So what you telling me is, if you're a real fan and people bomb once, twice, 3 times, you got to keep supporting them because you're a real fan. That's what you're saying, huh?
What I'm telling you is getting punched in the face is part of your life as a boxer. All I'm saying is that striking out is part of you swinging hard enough to hit a home run.
Hey, Katt, let me tell you, at any point now, they're gonna offer you $100 million to fight Jake Paul or one of them fucking YouTubers, man. Is you gonna take the bag, Katt?
I apologize that sounds like a bag.
Ooh.
I have people. Get it twisted. I'm pound for pound thing I could ever possibly be, and I've known me since birth. I ain't greater than nobody else, but I am the greatest I could possibly be, and that's on facts. So, you know.
Yo, let me tell you something, Katt. Yo, Katt, you talking like you got big money, yo. Like, the damn, I'm like a crackhead or something, man. I'm fucked up. You telling me $100 million ain't no fucking paper?
What I'm saying is, if you 85-15 with the arena, and you on 16 tours, I'm saying that's why because it got you thinking about stuff you probably shouldn't be thinking about. There's other things out there, and I'm rich before you get to the money. That's the part. I'm very, very, very wealthy before you get to your first dollar. You follow what I'm saying? As
man, I'm glad to know that. I know you always had
$5.
money. I know you always good, but I'm glad to know that you sitting on it. Like, you got that bread for that fucking inspires me, man, to see my people win on that level, man.
No. The floodgates will open for all of us, but a lot of times we hear the instruction and we don't follow the actual instruction. So we all know that the Bible say, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. But we go right to the next part, and we should have stopped right there. The part is, I shall not want. If I need it's there. If I need a color man, it's there. I don't want it, though. I don't need to want it. I get whatever I want. I have to look away from married women because I can't want you. That's how deep into non-want you have to allow yourself to get.
Yeah.
Anyway, as a comedian,
Hey, yo,
it's
Katt.
not always going to be brilliant, but I'm obligated to make sure it's something nobody else said.
Yo, Katt, do you work people? Like, if you went to a restaurant and talk to people, do you work your material on just random people to see how funny this shit is?
Look, don't try to bait me. Tracy Morgan always been like that. That's what he do. Like,
fucking Tracy Morgan, man. How you know I'm talking about this motherfucker, man? Yo, he get you at a fucking game, he won't stop talking shit. Like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, I love Tracy. That's my brother. I love him. He funny as shit. But if he don't shut the fuck up, man, yo, let me tell you something, yo, Katt.
No.
I sat in the other shit. He had some white boys over there.
Now maybe
he was killing them dudes.
No, maybe you're not a comedian because here's the thing. You are providing a service to him. You are helping him. You are essential in his get down. See, he can't talk to the regular Joe and do that because the regular Joe is going to be invested and not let him get off what he's trying to get off. You are so famous that he can play this on you and get your reactions on it no matter how you feel about it. You gotta
And this
understand. Don't say every
motherfucker told
time
me
I
last
see
time. Last time I seen him, he said,
oh, that's what he does. Hey,
yeah. He told me
iron
go get my
sharpens
beach
iron,
chair.
my
Let's go on the I-95 and look for the Amazon truck. Nah, Tracy, y'all, Tracy
yeah.
Morgan's bug out. The motherfucker bug out,
Bags
man.
aren't
I
just
mean, wait, what's it like when you all get together? Like you just all get together. What the fuck is that like when everybody's on their shit, like spitting shit? That's like a cipher for rappers and shit.
it's the greatest thing ever because there's no way to fake. Everybody know who the big dog is
Ooh.
because
Ooh,
so with no camera, I get treated the way I should be treated. It's only out here in the public that we try to erase it from history, but privately, oh, we are all in agreement. We understand. See, the thing is, you got to be the king when you take your crown off.
ooh.
You dress in rags, and when
Yo,
you
Katt.
go sit in the
Yo, Katt,
street, you still got to
I'm not
be the
gonna lie to
king.
you. Let me tell you, hold up, Katt. I gotta say something. When my brother
All right.
Big Pun was here, rest in peace, they did
Amen.
not want to fuck with him. They wanted no parts of Pun. I seen him trying to rap. He used to tell the greatest rappers, yo, let's do a song. They were scared to fucking get on songs with him. They didn't want to do ciphers with him. They knew. They was in agreement. They was in agreement that this motherfucker was the best, man. So I know exactly what you're saying.
Whoever those other rappers are, go and check and see do they have a street named after themselves. That's the end of that. You don't have to tell me greatness is going to make sure you recognize it. The cream don't sometimes rise to the top, or the cream under certain circumstances rises to the top. No. If there's any cream, it's up and it's up and it's stuck. It's nothing you can do about it. Sure, hate it. Talk shit about it. Mock it if you will. But at the end of the day, you're doing that from down at the bottom where you should be.
Ooh. Yo, let me ask you
Yeah.
something. Yo, Katt, is cause motherfucker really acting like COVID is over. Like no bullshit. Like motherfuckers acting like recently, I think these last little 2 weeks or something, like they acting like, you know, we shot a video, Khaled shit. We went to Jim Jones' wife's birthday. Like motherfuckers is dead ass acting like this shit is over. Have you been talking about touring as soon as this thing opens up?
I'm booked whenever it does open and am in no hurry for it to open. This process is necessary to starve out the heathen. See, any big business already making money, been making money. You made enough money. That's what the margin is for you to be able to coast if the world dictates that you must coast. Otherwise, don't act like you on there. So, having said that,
You
I'm
know,
in
we
no
pray for
hurry.
everybody, but not everybody got it.
Everybody has access to it, though. And if nobody else hears anything else I say, just people under the sound of my voice understand that if there is a God, and there is, if there is a switch, and there is, if you have a finger, and you do, you can flip the switch on your own life whenever you decide. Nobody can stop that. You alone can say tomorrow, I'm going to be something brand new. This version here don't get it. I need the power to do that. Is the only evidence of God you really need, is the fact, because you hear people talking about manifesting, but manifesting takes you down the wrong road. Manifesting makes you think you got some power. You ain't got no power. If you could manifest, you wouldn't be in the position needing to manifest. God gives you a manifestation so you understand that connection works, not so you can then make that your thing. But
Yeah,
if you
you
wonder
know,
why they hate
everybody
me,
got. Now that's real talk, Katt, though. But I honestly believe everybody has a tailor-made relationship with God, you know, and nobody is really the most proper person to tell you, you know, do you love God, or what, you know, what kind of music you listen to, or what kind of. I mean, yo, bro, I think if you righteous, you take care of your family, you good, you help other people, you pray to God. I think everybody
I see
has
where you.
their own relationship.
Right. Well, what people need to understand is a lot of the things that we put on God didn't even come from God. These are things we think. So we think, oh, if you cuss, that's not godly. What if I cuss in what language? What language do God be speaking? What are you talking about? He hates certain parts of the English language. He hates certain parts of man-made language. You don't understand.
Yeah.
Don't,
Yeah, it's the
don't.
morning in the Philippines right now. It's the fucking morning in the Philippines right now. So I mean, like, what type of time we on? Like, you know, I believe that. I
Right.
believe that. Exactly what you just said. I believe in, like, yo, if we righteous, we take care of our families, we beautiful people, we give to people, we help people, we make people happy. I think that's the relationship, the righteousness with God. I can't get caught up in who got the most perfect relationship, or who knows God better, or whose God is better. Like, that's where it all gets fucked up at.
Well, no. Understand that no matter what God you believe in, no God started the religion you're attaching to that God. So the Christianity was started by people that killed Jesus. So if you want to know who killed Jesus, it was the Romans, and then they started the Roman Catholic Church to praise his name. So if you want to just understand what things are, it's a
Mm.
form of business, no matter how you decide to talk about it, whether it's tax-free or not. It's a form of business. That's why Jesus went to the temple and tore it up. Why would he do that? What was he saying? And he tells you, you know. So that's
So
my big.
yeah,
I talk
that
about my
bothers
big
me
home.
though, Katt. That bothers. You know what bothers me, Matt? Like,
What's that?
I had a 5%er God body one time when I was young. You know, I come from, my projects is called Godsville, and they used to, you know, do the cyphers. And he told me about pork. I never ate pork since I'm like 12 years fucking old. Like I really believe this shit to this day. And I can sit down
Okay.
with Muslims,
Okay.
Jews, all type. They eating the swine like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn, I'm
Okay.
trying to
All
keep it
right. So
real to some shit. Everybody.
okay. No, just understand this part, if you will. This is when God said, "Don't eat pork," right? To the people that he was talking to, right? He was not making a culinary statement. I don't have time to, because you're not advanced as a civilization enough to know that if you didn't cook this thoroughly, you are all going to get salmonella poisoning, and everyone's going to die that eats this undercooked pork. So now God can't give you a lesson that you're all going to know 5,000 years later. He just tells you, hey, don't eat that. Oh, but it smells good. It's great. Don't eat it. And because they didn't, they were able to preserve their society when others were dying. It's just that simple. That was the base of the do not eat pork. Yeah.
And
So
so
once you understand,
Katt, you know, they got these churches. They got these churches now, man. They got the cash register right next to the when you pray, you put your knees on the shit. They got the ATM machine right on the road, right on the aisle. Like, you ever seen one of these shits in real
that's
life where they got the ATM?
that's just for convenience. What's more troublesome is we want to believe that this personal guy, this guy we're looking at, this guy talks to God, but we don't believe he ain't cheating on the first lady. Like, make it make sense. You don't believe he talking to his wife. You don't believe that communication is 100, but you believe God is channeling through him. What has he said that made you believe that? We demand evidence for so much, but we allow things that are so important to be swept under the rug. So paying teachers don't matter. So now everybody in the whole country make more than the teachers, and we know it, and we don't change it, and we cool with it, and we still putting our babies in. A pandemic had to come for us to see we teachers. Now we see what the teacher was talking about for him. He do talk too much, just like she said. he won't
Oh
pay
no,
attention. I
he
seen it.
talk.
You follow what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it
yeah. He
was
talk a
to
lot, and you are correct, man. The teachers don't get paid enough.
oh man.
That's a fucking problem, man. That the teacher gotta take care of 30 bad motherfuckers, and they ain't really getting paid no money, man. Like, it's been like this since I was a kid.
Dude, they told us that the lottery system was for them, and people been winning $500 million since we can remember. We don't remember nobody's school getting upgraded, not one time, nowhere in the country. But these are the type of conversations Katt Williams has in his projects, and you know, it takes a
Yo,
Joey Crack
Katt,
to
man,
bring it
you the
out. But
fucking best, man.
hey,
You the
man,
best,
only
man. I
because
always.
God.
I ain't hear you. What you said, Katt?
Nothing. You were talking. Go ahead.
Nah, I said you the best, Katt, man, and everybody know that shit, man. You different, brother, man. I thank you for all the times you said some funny shit, man. I love your shit. Every time this shit come out, I run to your shit, man. Even back in the DVD days and all that shit. I used to run to that shit, man, because, you know, we feel like you one of us, man. You from right next door. You kicking that real shit. You ain't trying to be something you not. You know what I'm saying? And we love that shit about you, though, Katt.
Thank you, Joey. Don't. I appreciate you saying it all. It's people in our demographic weren't supposed to make it to 25. So, you know, based upon that, I'm on my second, third life already. You know what I mean? By those standards.
That is a
And
fact.
the whole thing is, um, I was 35 on Wildin' Out. Let that sink in. Underdig? I came in it when I came in it. Everybody was already famous, but I had seen so many great examples that I knew what it could be. You know what I mean? So back to your initial question, like who was inspiring me? I was inspired by comedy. I was watching The Life of Brian. I thought Barney Fife was a comedian. I was watching things that made me laugh. I appreciated the genre, and I didn't have a filter on what the funny was. So it was everything that came down that lane because I that was the lane I was going to be performing, and I was just fortunate that God made this way for me. And you know,
Yo,
they
Katt,
say you can't make
have
what
you ever
God
met,
give you. Go ahead.
let me ask you something. Have you ever met,
Yeah.
rest in peace, DMX? And what was he like to you when you, how inspirational was his music to you in your career and just life?
Well, I always had a whole relationship with music itself. So, as somebody who had left home early when you had a Walkman, I was married to the fact that I could put those headphones on and be somewhere other than where I actually was. And music has been that my whole life. I met Prince when I was 12 years old and continued to know him all through my life. So musically, I was always on different things than most people. I was listening to Pearl Jam and LL Cool J. I thought Rakim was the greatest rapper that could have ever been created just because I have been following. I thought that he had presented something that couldn't even be topped by himself. And maybe even that was right, but that what was presented in hip hop at that time was so pure and so the only voice you weren't hearing, and hip hop gave you that from everybody's vantage point. And we watched it go from when the rapper was the softest dude in the club to where now the rapper got his own bodies. You follow what I'm saying? And the evolution of that in hip hop, just as real as how fun the ride has been. That's what people forget is real is not a filter, but a filter is not beautiful
Mm.
neither. You follow what I'm saying?
Mm. No
So
bullshit, man. Cause
a lot of people
no.
getting full makeovers is not making over the part of themselves that is the issue. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah.
That's right. That's real shit. That's
Yeah.
deep shit, though.
But everything
That's
I
deep
know, I
shit.
owe that all to black women. You know what I mean? Black women are the essence of this creation, and that's why it endures. That's why it's special at all. Is because of that.
So the black woman. So you're not. I can see Cat Williams with a white girl.
No, no, you couldn't, and you haven't ever. You should knock it off. It's not because I. It's not because I can't, and it's not because of anything to them. It's not that. It's that when I was coming up, when I was reading the books of what would mess up the people in the entertainment business, it was if they were a black guy, it was the drugs and it was the white women. And that's what messed up all of these stories that I read. And I just said, okay, when I come in, I'm not going to do those two things. I'm not going to do nothing other than what I'm doing right now. And right then, I was smoking weed and I was smoking cigarettes, and that was the end of it. And to this day, all these years later, I'm still on the only two substances I came in with. I'm still just nicotine and THC. That's why you never see the product suffer, because I am the product. That's why he never is nowhere re-upping, because he is re-upped. Yeah. So, the hip hop has always been able to be the music to the soundtrack of my life with all of the artists. And you are an institution in hip hop. You follow what I'm saying? I've known Wayne for 15, 20 years. You know what I mean? Like I've been out here. You know what I
So
mean?
who's you already said Rakim. Who's on your top 5 rappers list? Because you wouldn't give me the top 5 comedians. So who's on your
Hold
top
on.
5 rappers
Hold
list?
on. First of all, you did not ask me nothing about no top 5 comedians and then heard me not answer the question. But I was trying to
Nah,
be
you
respectful because you've had people on, right? And those people have been able
yeah.
to top 5 of theirs, right? And not say my name. Now that doesn't make me feel any type of way personally, but it means you don't respect statistics. And in everybody else's lane, we got stats. We don't have no Negroes walking around like they LeBron James, because LeBron James got stats. Imagine you having the option to leave your
Talk your shit, Katt. Talk your shit.
It's probably more likely that you're not that. So, that's what the body of work is for. That's why lean back was that then and now. Some things don't change. Rembrandt is not
So,
experiencing its
Katt, can you give me
downturn.
a top
Mozart is
5?
not now losing it.
Can you give me a top 5 comedians,
Rappers,
Katt? Comedians.
you would have to tell me what you were basing it on.
Just base it on the
Because I hear
funny
people put
motherfuckers.
comedians, they're actors that are delivering funny material, and they'll be on the list. And there are people that are on
No,
this list.
I'm talking about I wouldn't expect you to say none of them fake guys. I'm talking about the real deal. Like who is truly funny from the cloth.
That's unfair. I I could give you a top 5 female comedian. I could give you a top 5 heavy set comedian. I could give you a top 5 thin.
This motherfucker crazy, right?
Top
Yeah.
5
This
fat.
Cat Williams though, man. Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying?
So it's not fair. It's too
That was
much.
that's what the Def Jam 25 was to show you is that, hold on, that's like somebody saying, who's the greatest shooter in NBA history, right? It depends on what it is you're basing it
They
on.
try to
Don't
say
base it
Steph
on the
Curry.
stats. What do you mean they
Yeah,
try
they
to
try to
say,
say
sir?
Steph Curry though.
Sir,
They dead
what do you mean
ass say
try
that
to?
shit on TV right now. Like,
What do? That's because it's dead ass true, and you can't unprove it. See, the difference is he's
see?
already in that conversation, and he hasn't even shown us the best he has yet. Knock it off. Knock it off. You can't cap greatness. What are you talking about? You're talking about the guy who made it popular for you to shoot 15 feet further than you had to? You mean that
Ooh.
guy? Knock it off. Maybe there is a three line
They
then.
saying it. You know what happened to me?
Point line, you'd have to say Steph. And then you'd
Yo,
have to
Katt,
make the
I
point
don't
part.
really like football. Shout out my brother John Beeson used to play. I don't really like football. But one thing I do know is Tom Brady's the best. And so, and of all time. And so what I'm saying is how I really knew that was when he won that, well the next to last is not this shit, but the one before it. And he had like Teddy Bradshaw, the biggest motherfuckers. And they were like, yo, the ground you walk on, the soil you took. Like, they gave it up to this dude where a guy like me who don't watch football, I said, holy shit, this is the GOAT. Like, this is the guy.
If that's true,
What does it take?
True, if that was true, then you could tell me who was the guy before him then.
The guy before Tom Brady? Nah, Tom Brady's the greatest. He's the MJ of the shit.
Hey,
no question, Katt.
First of all, that's disrespectful to MJ.
Oh, shit. Nah. Tom Brady a bad motherfucker.
He's the TV of this shit, sir. I won bukus of money on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Shout out to KC, but we had already called that game. That's not about that. What I'm explaining is we can't move the goalposts for anybody. Tom Brady got the stats to prove what you're saying, and you couldn't be saying that as a Patriot fan because he ain't a Patriot, right? You couldn't have been a Bucs fan this whole time just waiting for Tom Brady. That's just evidence, his body of work. LeBron has been a champion everywhere he went. Not he went somewhere and became a champion. And the reason they hate on the man is because they taught us you got to go through this college system and you got to learn the fundamentals for 4 years for free. And then you can go be rich. And yet the Kobe and LeBron.
Man, you gotta let motherfucker pimp you, and hopefully you don't break your fucking kneecap while them.
You don't have
if
to.
you break your kneecap and you become a martyr, they'll sell your jerseys for the end of fucking time, and you won't make $1, huh?
It works for who it works for, but everything's not always the answer all the time. At the time they were saying it, they weren't making millions and millions of dollars off each jersey. Things change, and as they change financially, they have to change that in the rules to reflect the people. The teacher ain't coming in for free, and nor is the administrator. How can I accidentally get an injury and now I can't learn nothing? But even in the high leagues like the NFL, they don't have no problem with you getting CT and going out there and shooting some people and losing your life, and they know you got a full-fledged brain injury, and they know because they've been treating you the whole time and sat your loopy self on the bench and said, hey, you need to take some time off, and that's how you got in the strip club in the first place. And now, you see what I'm saying?
That
I don't even like to use
that shit real as fuck.
Your brain is real as fuck, so any brain injury is real as fuck. You know what I'm saying? If you're a basketball player,
you know my brother, my right hand man, he played football forever.
But no, your body don't work like that.
My brother Rich he played football.
That's him freezing again.
Nah, that's not me. I mean, we both talking. I said my brother, my right hand man, Rich, he played football for like 15 years. Sometimes that nigga spaz to where I think he might want to do something to me or something. And I swear to God, I be like, yo, bro, it's CTE. Like, you need. You need to stop. Because you looking like you're about to throw me out this moving car on the highway. Like, you got to chill, B.
No, but see, the brain don't operate like that. The brain has been hit, defense, own it. And then now you saying, okay, that's over now, turn that off. Your brain don't work like that. You don't have no real power. That's why you can't afford to play with things you can't fix.
That is a fact.
No brain.
That is a fact.
You can't be counting on the person that got paid if you okay. If you okay sometimes. That's all I'm saying. Shout
out Jack Thriller, DJ Infamous is in this motherfucker. You know, we got a lot of legends in this motherfucker tonight. Yeah, you know,
we don't win versus time. Like, you know what I'm saying? You really done taking advantage of me situation.
Nah. Listen, yo, Katt, I love you, my brother.
That's what
yo, Katt, I never. He said we went over this time. Yo, Katt, I owe you a dinner, man. I owe you a fucking dinner. I obviously can't afford to get anything
I'm gonna tell
else.
You like I told Puffy, I don't let men take me out, sir. I'm good. I'll do no dinners.
Yo, Katt, I love you, brother. I thank you for everything. Thank you for coming on the big show, man. I appreciate you, my brother. I love you, man. Thank you so much, Katt,
love
man.
goes away.
Peace.
Shout out to the people.
All right, my brother. Yo, Katt, yo, let me tell you, you don't know who I know. You don't know who I know. This ain't no regular shit. Your man Katt Williams, and you gotta watch it with him. Cause he might have CTE too. This motherfucker flip on you in 1 second. So it's like, yo, you gotta be careful. Tread light. Tread light with Katt Williams. Oh, wow. That was fucking amazing. And I couldn't contain myself. Yo, Rashad. Yo, I could not contain myself because it's not every day you got the one and only Katt Williams on here. And I'm going to be honest. He's in my top 3 of all time. I'm not going to lie to you. Katt Williams is in, if he's, I have Richard Pryor, Katt Williams, and Dave Chappelle on my top 3. I'm not going to fucking lie. If I got to throw in the 4th, it'll be my guy, Lavelle Crawford. No bullshit. These are funny niggas. Yo, listen, I can't right now. I got to, yo, tell Ted I'm going to turn it off and come back for Ted. Because whenever I throw him on DJ, they block the video. This is too important. This is Katt Williams. Okay. So we want the people to see this motherfucker. I'm going to post this and turn back on for Ted Smooth. You know, but I can't lose this, Ted. I can't lose this interview just to play music and get it going. I'm coming right back. I'm going to post this up. It ain't over. I'm coming right back on. I just want to make sure we got this in the archives. Peace to the gods. It's the biggest in the motherfucking game. Katt Williams, Joe Crack on the biggest show in the game. Wild Cherry Pepsi, baby. You know what's in it? Gumbo? Gumbo. Luca Brasi doesn't sleep with the fishes. You want to get high? Gumbo. Edgar Balanga, what's up, baby? You see your man Tracy Morgan be playing with me, Edgar. He played with me. Katt Williams, the Don, comes on this motherfucker. Respect the Fat Joe show. Respect the fact. Nobody fucking with this. Julius Randle came on yesterday and said, New York, we back. See?